Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, so that's your connect. Click on connect. Click on connect.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. So once you connect, you should be able to. Okay, at the side there, beautiful. So click on database, expand databases. Click on the plus beside databases. You don't have a single database there, Franca. But we did the last time we had this section.
Yeah.
I said do the database and restore it there. You did not do that. Adventure works.
Yeah, I had problems about. I guess you were okay. I asked you, but he was busy to help assist me. I couldn't download it. So what do I do?
And I think I shared electronic sales database also.
Okay.
If you check the conversation, there are two databases there. One is electronic sales, it's still there. I'm scrolling up the chat now. Electronic sales is the adventure work is there. Just download them from the meeting chat and restore them for practice. Go up. That's one of them.
This adventure. Okay, I think I have adventure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other one is just keep going up.
Anyway, let me still download it so that at least I'm sure I have it. Backup.
Download. You don't have access to this file. Is that what it's showing?
Yes. But I did download though.
Well,
okay, when I did download. I think I have it. Okay, the other one, let me check the other one first.
WhatsApp.
Oh, the other one is on WhatsApp. Okay, electronic. That's it.
Rachid, do you have access to your WhatsApp? Can you help us put these two things, Adventure Works and this one on the WhatsApp, please, Rashid? And electronic sales.
Franca must pay. There is no free free launch printer.
What he has on this thing?
Free money, my Franca. To like money, free money.
Okay.
Okay, Adventure Works and electronic sales, right?
Yeah, the backup, the two backups.
Okay, sir. Send it now.
Okay.
Put it on WhatsApp so that she can easily download and anybody that needs it. So,
check it.
Hello, Shoma. How are you?
Check it on Digimenti.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm good, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey,
good afternoon, Chiam.
Yeah, now God deal.
What's
I know go talk.
Akarashid, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. This is your voice, not you.
I haven't seen it.
We had a scene in Shoma was there to assist us. Thank you, Shoma.
Shoma is on higher
level, sir.
Shoma is on higher level now.
You live in Abuja.
Mr. Deji just carried me from level.
I've told her she needs to come and see me. Oh, she hasn't seen me yet. It's just we here, sir.
Okay.
Rashid, we're still waiting.
What is 310?
Wait now. I'll do it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. It's about 10 meg. Each of them is about 10, I think 10 and 8 meg. Don't worry. It will take time to upload. But once you upload, download it and attach it to your work.
I think I even have it. Yeah, I should have it in my downloads. Let me check my downloads.
I go and check.
So Adventure Works. It's not there. It's not there.
Adventure Works.
It's not there.
Okay, and the other one is electronics
Yeah, no, the electronic sales is, I just built that one up to, you won't see that one on the internet.
No. I think I downloaded it the last time. Electronics.
Electronic sales.
Electronics what?
Electronic sales DB.
Oh.
It's not there. Okay, so we should be starting now. So I don't know how many of us are familiar with Microsoft Azure. Shema, are you familiar with Microsoft Azure?
Yes, sir, but on the very basic level, I'm still trying to understand the whole thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. DJ. So how come I'm not able to download it from here?
I don't know. I don't know. I think Shoes and Jide will help me look at this part here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think that's the problem I had the last time. That's why I was calling
That's
you
why I
out.
said if somebody can be dump it on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
So 2 minutes more. And we'll still talk about adventure work. Let's hope it will the class will appreciate it. Because I know by now all of us should be able to set up SQL Server and connect our database. But I'm surprised Franca has not been able to connect a single database into SQL Server now.
She should bring money for consultancy.
Franca, talk to Rashid.
The teacher.
Let him show his screen and let's if you've done it, let's see now.
No, respect Rashid when he gets to SQL Server.
Don't try me. I'm not that one that you used to teach car academy. I'm not car academy again, though.
SQL.
I have transited. You don't know what they happen. Okay.
Okay, so let's get started. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay,
I
so
can.
today lecture is a series and we've started well. We've introduced what SQL Server is all about. SQL Server is more like a server that helps you hold your database. It's a wonderful RDBMS application. And number two, SQL Server is one of the enterprise database we have out there that can hold large amount of transactions, process them for us with ease, and you can also do more things around data warehousing, integration services, analysis services, and reporting services. All these things are packaged within the SQL Server solution. But our focus is to see how we can build SQL Server and do a connection between SQL Server and Power BI. And I remember in our last section, we built a database. This is my SQL Server that is being launched. We built a database, and right there on our database in SQL Server, we also did a restore. You can build database on your own, or you can restore database. And I remember I said all of us should go and download Adventure Works from the internet. When you download it, restore it into your SQL Server. So that is that. And finally, we made mention of another one called electronic sales, that if you can have that also, you can restore it on your work. The electronic sales, originally, I have it in Excel. So I just move it from Excel into SQL Server, and that is the database I have restored here. So if you have attended the last two sections, you should be able to restore electronic sales and adventure works. And we closed last week by connecting Power BI to the database as you have it here. So in this arrangement, it's like having a database within the organization. We call it on-prem. Now, what if the database is in the cloud, is in SQL Server in the cloud? So how do we go about it? It's still the same way. So today, I want to introduce us to Azure. Azure is a nice cloud platform by Microsoft, and it makes life very, very easy for all of us. Now, the question is how do we go into the Azure cloud? Most organizations today, they have the on-premises application and they have the cloud application. Some, they run both. You call it hybrid. Hybrid is we are running some of our work in the office. We have some in the cloud. The two of them are talking to each other. That is hybrid arrangement. Cloud arrangement, some organizations will tell you we are 100% in the cloud. They don't have a single server in their office. Everything about them is right there in the cloud. So how do you manage such arrangements? And some companies, all their information is within the office. The Exchange server, their email, their database, everything is within the office. In that case, you see on-premises solution. So all their deployment is on premise. So now the SQL Server we've been doing for the past 3 weeks has been more around on-premise. How you can set up SQL Server in your system or in your environment, how you can attach a database to SQL Server, how you can do all what, and how you can go back to Power BI and connect Power BI to the SQL Server. That is what we've been doing. But today, we'll be looking at connecting Power BI to a database we have on Azure. So how do we go about Microsoft Azure? So I will be going to a browser. Let me see if I can launch a browser. So on my browser, I want to start come on. Okay, on my browser, I want to start the Azure Portal. So you say portal.azure.com. So when you do this, this takes you to Azure Portal, and you cannot go into Azure Portal if you don't have an account. So please, you can actually create an account on Azure. I don't know the amount that will be given to you as a starter, but it's actually a subscription base. It's a server that belongs to Microsoft. You only subscribe to it. You can be paying a subscription on a monthly basis, but if you are doing more than what you paid for, then you should be expected to pay far more than that. So I want to connect to my Azure account. No, use a different account. Let me use another account. Let me connect to my Azure account. Okay, great. So I've been able to log into my Azure account. And once you log into your Azure account, you have an interface that looks like this. So, and on your interface, this is how Azure looks like. There are a lot of information that you can get there. It's telling me what my credit is remaining. It's telling me if I release a notification, this is my detail. I have my menu there. I can go to any place I want to go to. And what I've been doing recently is more around the SQL database, cognitive search, and so on. So you can go through to see more services. So Azure gives you lots and lots of services that you can leverage on. So AI, ML, there are lot and lot around there. So it depends on exactly what you want to do. Now, what do you want? I want to create a resources. Anything you do on Azure, so is more within a resource you are trying to deploy. So what type of resource are you trying to create? You can type what you want to do. Yeah, I want to do something that has to do with SQL database. So, or from my Azure here, I can search for my resource here as well. Just type what you want. If you don't want to take time to scroll, there are a lot of things there. So I want something on machine. As I'm typing, it's already showing me things that have to do with machine learning studio, Azure Arc, Azure Machine, and so on and so forth. I want something that has to do with analysis. As I start typing, it's telling me all these things that has to do with what? Analysis. You have the data lake analytics, Azure Synapse analytics, and so on and so forth. The analysis service for those of us that are used to SSAS. So you also have it here. SQL Server 2017 analysis service, 2016 analysis service, and all those stuff. And if what I wanted to do has to do with SQL database. So I want to create an SQL database. So once I get there, I will click. And once I click on SQL database, it's telling me that I already have two databases here. So because of, for learning sake, I'm not going to use any of these. So I want to create a database. And once I create that database, I want us to come back to Power BI, restore a data into the database, come back to Power BI, and connect that Power BI to that database. What are we trying to do? Some companies, they already have their database seated on SQL server, SQL database on Azure, and they wanted you to help them do some dashboards and reports. And to be able to do this, you should be able to connect to that database. So how will I go about creating my database? So under the SQL database, there is a button here. It says what? Create database. Let me click on create database. So a dialog box should come up, or you should take me to another page. Let's wait for it. Good. So at this place, I want to create a database. Now, to create my database, please take your time to read and understand everything is given to you here. Time will not permit me to go into the details. So, number one, before you create your database, you need to know the subscription you want to use. I have two subscriptions running, but I want to use this one for the one I use for my community. So this is subscription I would like to use. I can change the subscription if you have more than one subscription. The next thing is your resources needs to be grouped together. Do you have a resource group that you want to put this your SQL database you are trying to create, or you want to set up a new resource group? The choice is yours. So for the sake of this training, let me set up a new resource group. What's the name of the resource group? Call it PBI Saturday demo. Now, once you type it, you will always check to be sure that the resource group is valid. And if it's not valid, you can manipulate the name. So with this mark, I think it's giving me a green light that I can go ahead. So once I click, it's telling me that Power BI Saturday demo. So anytime I want to do anything that has to do with Power BI Saturday, I can always use this new resource group I just created. Or I might decide to leverage on some other resource group I already have running. So for this, go with my resource group I just created. Now, the database I'm trying to create, what is the name of this database? And the database should sit on which server? If I already have servers running, I can pick from it. If I don't have, I can create a server. So your server and your database, they are key. Now, what should be the name of my database? Let's say PBI Saturday. PBI Saturday DB, database. So I use DB to represent database, and I use, so for my server, so let me create a new server. If you already have a server, please feel free to pick from there. I'm just setting up a new server. Come on. Now, what should be the name of this server? Call this server PBI Saturday. PowerBI Saturday. Wow. So your server name can contain only lowercase. Okay, so if it's lowercase, let me remove this and put PBI. Good. PBI Saturday. S is missing. PBI Saturday. Is that name okay? It's trying to check for me. I think that name should be okay. So that is the name I want to call my server. So that is one. So I'm creating SQL database server. Because remember, I click on new and it brought me here. It's not asking me what location do I want to put this server. Let me see the location I can use. Where is South Africa here? We don't have a server in Nigeria, so don't look for Nigeria. Don't bother. I know we have in South Africa. Aha. Let me put this in South Africa. So I've selected this. So the next thing is not asking me what type of authentication did I want. I want SQL authentication. I want only the AD. That's whatsoever I log in with, like I log in with this name, or I want to use both. So I would like to go with what? Both. Now, if I'm going with, or let me just go with SA. So I want to specify my password. What is my server admin login? So my server admin login, let me call it PBI Saturday admin. I'm typing so many things. I hope I will remember all this. Let me just keep this guy. Control C. I should have a notepad. Rashid, you may not need to create this when you are working. You are data analyst, don't forget. They would have created this. Are you getting me? The database is already existing. Yours is just to connect to the database. But I'm just running you through the process of creating a database if it's not existing. If a company just, I remember one of our section in data and AI. So one session was taken by one of us that was teaching us how to migrate data. I don't know that he has done it or is still going to do it, I'm not sure. Paul Barnabas handled that section, teaching us how to migrate your database from in-house to the cloud. So some companies already have their database in the office, on-premise, and they wanted you to help them move it to the cloud. How do you go about it? But as a data analyst, you are not moving database for anybody. They'll just tell you the database. They'll give you this username and password. It's not left for you to connect to that database and do whatever you want to do. So that is that. So my admin, my SA is this, and my password is, let me type a password that will be so simple. I hope it won't complain. I think it's making sense. What have I done? It should match now. Okay, So at this point, I've been able to set up a server, a nice server. Come on. Is it done? What's it doing? For my server, don't bother to save it. Okay. Now, observe. Immediately after creating the server, it brought me back. Remember, we are trying to set up an SQL database. And because I said I needed a new server, it gave me a new server. The name of my server is PBI Saturday. The name of my database is this, and our resource group is this. So it's asking me, do you want to use SQL Elastic Pool? What is SQL Elastic Pool? So you are free to get detailed information. Anything you see that is strange to you, just point to this information icon. When you point to the information icon, it quickly pop up and explain what this is all about. So the Elastic Pool is telling you, do you want a situation whereby as you increase, your database increase beyond what you have, you can also increase alongside with it, or no, you want to just have a fixed server detail. So I just say, no, I don't want that. The next thing is, he wants to know the configuration I'm going for. He's telling me I'm giving you generation 5, 2 V cores, 32 gigabyte storage. I don't need this. It's too big. This is a demo. And if I should go on with this configuration, okay, let's go on with the configuration first. So I'm getting here. I don't need, okay, just give me the local redundant. Now let's move on to review what I've done and let me create my database. Has it created it? Beautiful. Look at what I want you guys to see. When creating database, please, you need to be conscious of this. It's telling me that this database I'm trying to create, estimated cost per month. Every month, I'll be spending $309 every month. And I remember my balance was showing me 149. I wonder how I will enjoy myself with this type of arrangement. So I will say, no, I'm going back. I want to rework on this. The server you are giving me is too big for what I want to do. So let me reconfigure the database storage I want. So from here, anything I select, this is where the calculation is being done to give you an estimate. So now, what will I want? So let me drop this place down. It's giving me different option. I want basic. There is standard, there is premium, there is all these ones. Please just give me basic. So connecting on to basic is telling me exactly what do you want here. Let me scroll to this side and be sure what I'm seeing. So basic 5 gigabytes, 2 gigabytes. This should be okay for me. So every month is just $7. What am I doing? Let me manage this. It's a demo. I click on OK. So review for me, and let me see, where is the price? Come on, has this thing better? $7.29. So I think this is okay. This will not send me back to my hometown. Now, with this, I can now go ahead and do what? And create. But when I create the database, you find out that I only work on basic. I did not work on the network. I did not work on the security, additional setting, and so on. I just did the basic. With the basic is ready, the database is ready to fly. But let us explore other things we have. So for the network is telling me no access. No access means nobody can connect to this work. That's why I decided to bring you here. By the time we are done, if I go to PowerBI, I say PowerBI, I want to build a report. Because there is no access here, you will never allow anybody to connect. I can say public. Public means allow anybody from anywhere to connect. Or I can say private. Private endpoint will allow me to specify detail about the private endpoint. But for the purpose of training, let me just use a public endpoint. So it's not telling me firewall rules. They want to apply firewall rules to this work. I can say yes or no. They want to allow current client IP address to access this. I can say no or yes. But because I want Power BI to have access to this, please, I have to say yes. And when I specify that yes, the next thing again, I still need to give the detail of my IP address because of the security layer that we have there. So if you don't specify your IP address, it will not allow it to connect to the database that you have there. So what other things do we have? Let me just keep every other thing simple as we have it there. What else? So should I allow Azure service and resource to access this server? Of course, allow them. And I think I'm okay with what I have here. Let me check out what I have on the security setting. Security setting, let me just leave everything there as default. Additional setting, so my collation, let me just leave it as a default as we have it there. So use existing data. So if Power BI, SQL Server can allow me use data. I can use a data backup, select a backup if I have a backup, or it has some sample database. That is the Adventure Work Lite. Remember, I told you to download Adventure Work Lite and restore. If I don't want to stress myself, I will just pick this. So as it's restoring that database, as it's creating the database for me, you would create it with this Adventure Work Lite immediately on the fly. If I say none means don't put any database there. Allow me to bring my database myself. I have it. Since it's a training, just bring the Adventure Work so that we just use that for the sake of training. I think we are good. Review. Let me just confirm that my money is still intact. $7 is not bad. Now, $7 every month to hold a database for a company is not bad. But don't forget that the size is just 2 gig. That's the size of the database. If your database are above 2 gig, then you won't be able to do anything unless you expand. Look at it. So it's just 2 gig storage that I bought with just about $7. So create this for me. Now, with what I have done, I have created a database. Adventure Work LT that is ready to fly. The name of my database is PBI Saturday DB, and so on and so forth. So let me be sure we don't have any question at this point. So please confirm, is there any question at this point? Questions for me? Oh, I'm excited to have Paul Barnabas on the call. Paul, you are welcome. Gray, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Wale, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You are powerfully welcome. So I'm excited to have you guys on board. So any question so far? Now, I strongly believe we can create a sample account. And once you create this sample account, try as much as possible to follow this step and create your database. But the database I created, I did not put anything there. I just use the Adventure Work sample database. It gave me 3 options: none, backup, or what? Sample. I just went with sample so that we have a sample I can work with. So, oh, thank you very much, Siaka. So thank you, guys. Let's move on. So I believe my database should be ready. Deployment in progress. So this takes a couple of minutes so for it to fully deploy. So it's trying to help me deploy my work. So the server, PBI Saturday, the server has been created. PBI Saturday is okay. PBI Saturday / defaults is okay. It's still doing some things around these ones. So my database is still okay, accepted. Good. Now at this point, I have my deployment good to go. So I can actually go to my resources. So we can go to our resources. That's the database we created. Now on the database, the detail of the database is showing here. So this is the resource group. This is the location. Remember, we put it in South Africa. That's the server. That's the Microsoft server that we use. And also the solution that is running, every other details we have there here. So let me see. I think it's what we have. We can actually start to do anything we want to do with the database. So where's my connection string? If you want to connect to this database from anywhere, your connection string is here. You can always pick it from here and use it anytime. So the name of the server is here. So let me try if I can connect to this server. So let's see. I'm coming to my management studio. From my management studio, let me disconnect what I have here. There is nothing connected here. Let me now click on connect. Connect to which engine? I'm connecting to database engine. What is the name of this server? Let me go back to the cloud. Where is the server name? Server name. Can you help me copy this server name? Copied. You can highlight it, but it's easier to just click on the copy icon and go back to my SQL server. Dump it here. That is the server. Now, if this is the server, then I need to know your username and your password. I think I have a username. Where is that notepad? This is my username. This is my username and my password. So remember my password so you won't disturb me again. I'm trying to connect. Beautiful. Now, look at what it's telling me, that there is a firewall rule. I told you something. If I had not put my local IP on Azure, it's going to stop me. Now, it's telling me your client IP address does not have access to the server. Sign into Azure account and create a new firewall rule to enable your client IP. It's even guiding me that just click on sign in here and get there. When you get there, set up a client IP that will allow my IP. Now, if you are the one managing Azure accounts in the cloud and somebody is trying to connect to the Azure account with either PowerBI or SQL Server, the same thing. Let me leave this. Let me go to Power BI so that you understand what I'm doing. Power BI. Power BI. So we already have a database there. So we have Adventure World database. It's just to connect to it, and that will be the end of our section. Power BI, come up, come up, come up. So by the time you are trying to connect to a database in the cloud, they have given you the details. This is the detail. They gave you the server name, the user, and your password. The server name, let me copy the server from here. Server name, copy. Let me put it on the notepad. So to let you see the level of security Azure has. So even if I give you the server name So what am I trying to do? Server name. This is the server name. This is the username and my password. Let me keep the password to myself for now. So once you have those three things, and once you have these three things, you can connect from Power BI or SQL Server. Anything, you can connect to that database and start using it. But you will still have this restriction. So in case you have this restriction, you need to let the admin know that you're having a challenge because your IP is not recognized. Now, why will I know my current IP? So it's telling me that my IP is 107.2.0.210.79.105. That's my IP. How will I know my IP? Just come to a browser. Go to any page on my browser and say my IP. So you will type it. What is my IP? Yeah, tell me now. Why are you asking me again? You should be able to show. Look at what it's telling me. My IP is 197.210.79.105. I must let Azure know that this is my IP. And it's even telling me where I am based. I know I'm not based in Akwa Ibom. So let's just continue. So he's telling me the same thing here. Go and get this on Azure. And the same complaint will come from Power BI without any issue. Get a data for me from SQL Server. From SQL Server, it will now ask for my parameter. So my parameter, don't forget we have it. When we created the database on Azure, he said this is our server. Here, this is my server. And also, my database is adventure work. It's optional. I won't stress myself with that. Import the data, then go ahead to connect to that server. So when it's trying to connect to the server, I have my database login detail, my username and password. I have it. Let me submit my username. And let me submit my password. Then help me connect. So I'm still going to have the same challenge at this point. So now, can you see? So it's not allowing me to go with my IP. So all I need to do is, let's quickly settle that issue with the IP. So back to the cloud. Are we together? Back to the cloud.
Yes,
So set my firewall. I am on my firewall. Now the IP name, I want to call it. Let me just use what this gave me. He said I should use client IP address, blah, 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 as a name, but it's not compulsory you follow this. But my own IP address is this. I can allow anybody between 197.210.79.0 up to 0.255. That means I am 105, I am included. But if anybody is within this range, they are also included. So I want to be sure that I'm the only one that can talk to the server, except somebody from somewhere wants to talk to my server, then I can grant you access and add your IP to it. So 197.210.79.105. 197.210. So the start of the IP 197.210.79.105. Start from here and stop where? Stop in that same place. 197.210.79.105. What I have done is nobody, I'm the only one that can connect. But if I want everybody within that band to connect, I would say from 0 to what? It is the IP address of our company, from 0 to 255. 255 is the last in the band. So from 0 to 255, That means anybody that's on this network in our office can talk to the server. So I have opened it up. I've granted about 256 people access to connect to the server. But if I just make it 105, that is my own. I'm the only one that can connect. So what should be the name? Call it PBI Saturday client link, client IP. Let me just leave it like client IP. So let me just leave it like that. And at this point, where is save? Okay.
Are you typing clients? Are you typing clients, sir?
Yes.
E
Oh,
is missing.
sorry.
E client.
Okay, I hope I'm true. So now let us save. So with this, he has granted access to who? Oh, 0 to, look at it. Everybody within this band can connect. So let me go back to my SQL and say connect again. This time he will not even complain. He will open it straight because my IP is part of the IP that is allowed to talk. Can you see it? Now, database, if I open it up, I will see that adventure work database here, as simple as ABC. The adventure work database is there. The tables, I will see all the tables there easily. It's simple, it's straightforward. So that is that. Look at all the tables here. I want to see my customer detail. Right click. Show me the top 1,000 customers you have there. All the customers will show. Good. Look at all my customer detail. This is good. This is massive. Now, this is a database in the cloud. If I grant you access, if I give you username and password, all of you on this call, you can connect to that. So I can also right click and do whatsoever I feel like doing. I can create a new database and so on and so forth. So with what we have done, all I want to do now is to go back to Power BI and connect my Power BI also to this and do a small report and we close. We have just a few minutes more. So the name of my database, I can pick the name. I already have the name of my database somewhere here. This is my database name, Power PBI Saturday DB. Good. Let me put it there. My database is PBI Saturday. Okay. So do you want to import the data or direct query? We should all know the meaning of these two. And if not, you can always check it out. So, and if you want to pass in your scripts, your, what's it called? Your select statement or your stop procedure, you can pass, or your functions, you can pass everything in through this place. But I'm bringing the data into Power BI. I'm choosing import and I'll say I am okay. If I say okay, you will ask for my username and password. Because my IP is already recognized, I won't have issue. You allow me to talk to it. Now look at the adventure work. So the customer database we saw the other time, you will see it live and direct now. So this is good. So these are some functions, but I don't know what the functions are doing. So let me see. These are views. Somebody asked me a question that I would like to differentiate views from tables. That was last week. So views, you will see it with double icon like this. All these ones are views. These ones with Excel something, line inside, these are table. So let me see what you have in this view. In this view, all these views are not showing me anything meaningful. So let me see this view. So this is product and their description, all the products we have, all the category we have. But let's pick that same customer detail. That's the only thing I want. Now load it into my Power BI and let me start to build my report. Can you see how simple it is to build a database? And I can actually do more things from there and move on from there. Let's allow question. So the four-day series from the first Saturday of this month till today, we have done a lot of things around SQL and Power BI. We started with how to set up SQL Server on your local machine. And after that, we'll teach us how we can import data, create your database using script or using the GUI, create tables, and set up some necessary constraint. And after that, how to import data into your database and how to connect Power BI to it, and using Power BI with your select statement to filter out what you don't need instead of bringing in all the volume. That was what we did as at last Saturday. And this Saturday, we said, look, let us also explore SQL Server in the cloud with Adventure Work database. And that's what we've just done. And now we have our database here. I can start to pull up reports as I want. Let me have a card. A card should count for me how many customers we have there. So how many customers count for me? Count my customer. We have 840 something customer. Okay, out of this customer, is there anything that can be meaningful here for analysis? Not really. This is just to show you. I know you can build reports yourself. This is just to show you some little connection between Power BI and SQL Server. So thank you very much, guys. Let's entertain question. Any question for me, please? Any question at all?
So is it so my question, sir. So
Okay.
is it everyone that is eligible to create an account on Azure, provided you can pay subscription?
Of course.
Okay.
You can have your personal account. Sorry, let me see. I know Shooks is not on the call. Okay, Paul. Hello, Paul. Can you hear me? Paul, I hope Paul is still on the call. I want to confirm there is a free account for you guys. You can play with for 3 months. Azure gives free accounts. I will quickly check it out now. I want Paul to also help me confirm. Franca, your question, please.
Paul is still on the call.
Okay. Franca, your question.
Okay, yes. Please, could you assist me with okay, I've downloaded the database. How do I upload it now to
Okay,
SQL?
thank you.
Can I share my screen?
Just a moment. Guys,
Okay.
you can actually create a free, if you can still see my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You can actually create a free Azure account.
Okay.
So please just try it out. Let me open it and go there. And with $200, you can actually have an account. Let me see. Please, all of you, just create this account and try it out. Start free. Yes, you can start free. So it gives you your free 12 months. In fact, it's not even, it's 12 months. This plus 200 Azure credits. So it's going to give you 12 months free plus 200. It will put $200 there for you free. You're not going to pay anything for the $200. It will just give you the $200. But you can free the $200 in one day. Remember, when I started setting up my database, it was showing me 300 and something. So you can finish $200 in one day. So be careful when you see your pricing. Confirm before you finally create, so that you will be sure of what you are doing. And you can enjoy more than 25 services free always. So guys, let's leverage on this. This is nice. This is nice. So please, let's leverage on this. Let me just drop this on the charts. So go ahead and create your free account, work with it, play with it, and let's see. But after you finish the free account, then you need to start paying. But $200 is enough to learn everything about SQL Server in the cloud on Azure. So thank you very much. So Franca, back to you.
I said that, okay, like I've downloaded the files, the adventure and the electronic sales. Can
Good.
you walk me through uploading it?
Okay. So
Yeah.
Franca, please share your screen.
Okay.
So for those of you that have downloaded that, this is our last two Saturdays section. Now, if you can see Franca's screen, what we have there is she has not uploaded that database. If you click on expand the database, Franca, good. No, the database. Now, collapse the system database. There's not that concern with system database. Collapse that one. You don't have any database there at the moment. Now, since you've downloaded it and you know where it is on your system, all you need to is to right-click on databases. Right-click on databases, and now click on restore database. Restore means you have taken a backup. You want to restore it into your system. So click on restore database. So guys, just try this out. You can download Adventure Work. It's free. It's on the internet. And you can also download Electronic Sales. It's the one I prepared myself and sent to all of you last Saturday. Now click on devices. Click on devices. No. Look at. Very good.
Sir,
So,
I am here to get the electronic sales.
the Electronic Sales.
It is on the WhatsApp group.
I couldn't get.
Okay, you're not on the WhatsApp group, right?
I don't think so, but I'm on the link. I'm on the Telegram.
Okay, Shooks, if you're on the call, please put Adventure Work and Electronic Sales on Telegram for those interested. Let them play with it. Thank you.
It's already already on the WhatsApp group, so you can copy from there.
Okay. From WhatsApp to Telegram.
LinkedIn will be better. I mean, sorry, Telegram will be better.
You know, some of us are Telegram.
Yes,
I'm not.
Chooks will copy it to Telegram.
So that we can balance it up. It will be taken.
Please, sir, can we get it online?
Online.
You mean
online? Yes.
On this on the chat?
It's on this chat,
but on Microsoft website.
Microsoft, of course, Microsoft website you will see Adventure Work, but not Electronic Sales.
Okay.
Electronic Sales is mine. I designed that myself, but it's for practice.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Adventure Work is free online. You can pick that from there.
So what will the device be?
So the device, just click on the 3 dots at the end of the device. 3 dots. Fine. Now click on add. Go and locate that folder. Go and locate that folder.
It's on my downloads.
That is why I like to put it inside the default folder for backups. So don't let me stress you. Close it. Let's just put it in the default folder so everybody can learn. So close this. Just close this first. Now leave this one alone. Go to your folder explorer. Okay, Isaka, you're asking, can someone reshare the electronic sales? Okay, so you can reshare it. No problem. It's for the community. You can reshare it. So no, come down to the folder.
So what I mean by reshare is that I couldn't get it. I think it was posted before I joined the platform.
Oh,
maybe it can be reshared on this session. That's what I mean.
I'll send it to you now. I'll send it to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. So click on the folder, please. Down there.
What folder? Which folder?
Look at it at the bottom where you have all your icons on your tax bar.
Yeah.
The second on your tax bar after Edge.
Okay.
That's it. Go back. That's email, not email. Before email. Good.
Okay.
Click on that one. Click on your folder. Now go to your download. Copy No, this electronic says Excel, not Excel. Oh. Electronic says DB, not
That's
Excel.
That's what I got from the.
From the WhatsApp.
Yes.
Oh, no, not Excel. This is a database.
Rashid, that's what you shared.
Okay. Let me see on the WhatsApp. Power BI group. Okay, if you are on the WhatsApp on Power BI group, you can actually pick it from there. I'm uploading it now.
Okay.
I'm uploading it. Okay. So you can pick it from there.
Is it the Deji Folarin's mentee or?
No, the Power BI user group. So you can pick that from there. But notwithstanding, just copy the one you have now. Let's continue with this. You are going to repeat the same process for this one when you download it. Am I clear?
Okay.
So copy that adventure work. Have you copied it? Right click and copy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've copied it.
Good. So
you want me to go back to?
No. If you have copied it,
yeah,
go to your C. Go to your C. C. Look at C there. Down. Come down. Local disk C. From C, go to program files. Program files. From program files, locate SQL, Microsoft SQL Server. That's it, you've passed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Open it. Yes. From here, you will see MS SQL Server 15. Okay. The upper one.
The server.
Yes. Open it. Okay. Open it again and open backup. Open backup. Drop it inside backup. Continue. Continue. Now dump it here. If you download the one I just uploaded, dump it here also. Did you get me?
Okay. Okay.
Now go back to your what's it called? Good. Select the last one. There are three things there. The last one. That's where we stop. Now click on add again there. Add. So can you see that it's showing?
Yes.
That's the default folder. So if anything you put in that backup, you only see it here by default. Select it and click on OK. Now click on OK. Click on OK again. That's all. Click on OK again. So adventure work will come to your database now. Okay. So it's as simple as that. Click on OK. Successful. So can you see adventure work showing? Yes. So click on the plus beside adventure work. Click on the plus beside adventure work. Click on the plus beside table. You will see all your tables there. Okay. So you can right click on any of the tables and say top, select top 1000. Right click on customer. Don't click. Right click on customer. Customer table. Where's the customer table? Okay. Right click on it. Select top 1000. It will show you all the customers. So that's how you can restore your database into SQL Server. And if you are done with this, the next thing is to make sure you can connect Power BI to this. Don't forget you are analyst. So go and connect Power BI to this database here. This one is on premises. And by the time you have created your Azure account, try to create a database again in the cloud and try it out. Is that clear? Yes, it is clear. I'll watch the video again. But where did you say you dropped the other one? Did you say Power BI? Yeah, PBI Saturday, our user group, Power BI user group. Check it out.
Can somebody send the link to the WhatsApp? Hello?
A WhatsApp group?
Yes, can somebody share the link to the WhatsApp?
I'm not in that group then. Surprise.
PBI user group. Okay, if you are not part of PBI user group, What of, are you
Surprise.
part of Instagram group? I mean, Telegram group.
Yes.
Okay, don't worry. You will get it on Telegram group. I will make sure it's there immediately after this course. Shooks, I can't hear you. Shooks, if you are here.
Is the PBI Saturday full?
Yes.
User group is full.
PBI is full. The group is full. There's no more
Okay.
space. That's why we created
The
Telegram.
Telegram. Okay.
Anything we share here, we want one of us to always share it on Telegram so that others can see it. Oh, Franca, you're not part of the PBI group. Don't worry.
No. Okay.
But are you part of Telegram group?
No, I don't think so. I have to join that.
Okay, Shooks, please.
I'll tell Chooks to.
Hello,
Yeah.
Shooks, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself. Let's hear you.
Chooks is okay. Chooks is muted. Maybe he's having a problem with his internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
muted.
I wish somebody can help me drop the Telegram link. I know we have a Telegram link. Rashid, do you have the link? Anybody on the call with the Telegram link, kindly drop it here for us so that
let me check it out.
Please help us drop the link here if you have it, so that people can join Telegram link. So all these files, I can share it with you easily.
Okay. What we could do is we could ask Chooks later to drop it there if he's not on call now. Maybe he's having a problem with his internet then.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Another question at the moment, please. Another question. Okay. So there's no.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Please, I'd like to ask, where can we have access to the recorded video?
The access, fine. Every day. Oh, great. Thank you very much. So great, just drop the link to Telegram group. So guys, if you are not part of Telegram group, click on it. So every day after the training, every Saturday after the training, the video link is dropped for us. So Shooks will drop it on this link on PowerBI group, either on WhatsApp or Telegram. So just make sure you are part of the group. If you are part of any of the group, you will see the video later today. So thank you very much, Gray.
Okay, before you go, Mr. Deji, please could you also drop it on the Deji Folarin's mentee group, WhatsApp group, because I'm not in the electronics database.
No problem. I will push it there now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
You will see it there. No problem. Yeah. Okay, so guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. We appreciate you.
Next week. So I wish you can.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. So if you have questions, don't forget, either on WhatsApp or Telegram, drop your question. They are professionals on those groups. They always help you. We want to see ourselves grow in this data analysis field and become someone special in future. So may God help us all. Take care.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. And have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Please don't forget to drop the link on the Folarin mentee, please.
I will do that.
Okay, thank you.